Hi, welcome back everyone. This is Helen Williams from Hillroad Designs. So anyways, we are going to do some more coloring. So I had told you before that I have stamps that I stamped out, and these are some of them I've already colored. Okay, so that's some of them there. And then I have all of these that are stamped out. And I stamp a couple other things because I might want to do 1 or 2 cards, but I usually do 1 card for the camera, for the people, and then I do the rest of them for me. Like I used this one in my nephew's Easter card. So I just have some other spring ones. A lot of nice. This is a wedding and wedding or engagement, and this is spring, summerish stuff. So I'm going to be coloring all of these in different videos for you. So right now I'm actually trying to finish up all the Easter stuff first. So that would be these. This is wedding stuff here. And then, oh, that's an Easter one that has to stay. So I said also that I would show you some other cards that I made. I told you about the streamline card. I think I told you about. No, maybe that was on the video that didn't work out, but I just love, and I call it streamline, slimline cards. I love them. It's a, it is a, I think it's an 8.5 by 3.5. And let me take a look. My husband has it written down for me. So the slimline is 8.5 by 7. And then that would be this size, 8.5 by 7. And then you would fold it or score it on the 3.5 line. And then the panel for this is 3.25 by 8.25. So 3.25 by 8.25. And I just love these cards. And so this is just a spring one that I made. I love it. I think it's awesome. And then I have some cards here that I made for Mother's Day. And my nephew, glitter drops from Pink Fresh Studio. So my nephew, he made an Auntie Day card. My nephew Aiden baby. So he says this is me and this is him, and then this was left over from the card he made for his mom, and this was the mom, but this mom faced away from him where he's laying down. So, and then he did this. So he pretty much did all of this. I did the corners. I helped him See, it's just beautiful. And I taught him how to make hearts. So he started getting better at them. So I taught him, because you can see he couldn't get that point at the end. It just kept coming out as a circle. So I tried to go make an M, make a dot, and go like that. Well, he wasn't doing that. He was still making circles. So I told him over here, it's still circle-ish, but I told him make a V and then do an M. And apparently his V's are still a little rounded, but he can make a heart on his own now. So yeah, see, this is the one with the dot. That's the one I did. And he kept having a problem with doing that. So that's his attempt with the dot right there. He tried to put the dot up there, and I told him, no, you had to go down further. He's such a cutie. He's going to be 8. And they're going with me on our trip to Florida for Disney World. So that's his that he made for me. And I actually did almost all of that. I did the auntie. And then these are some other ones that I made. I really love how this one turned out, the coloring of it. Even though it's a really simple card. Actually, I think I might have it in a video. But I don't know if I have these ones. So this is just the outline that said Mom. And then I stacked up the letters 3 high and glued them on the inside. And I just really love how that comes out. It's made by Hellron Designs. And then I have my mom. This one, like I said, there was a couple videos that I did that for whatever reason they did not come out, so I wasn't able to put them up. But this is made with foam, the little foam square panels. I think they're a little bit bigger than an A2 size, but yeah, so I did this. I like that one. That one I really like. I really like it. And this is my attempt at the shaker card. I really like that. And the way I did the shaker card is, that kind of came undone. I have to glue that back down. So this part down here is foam. Actually, 2 parts of this, but this is the solid Mom cut out of foam. And then I got a second layer here. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a second layer that is the outline of Mom. And I put those 2 together and put the shaker bits in there. By the way, these are shaker bits that I made out of shimmer paper. I love it. And I love the white pearls on it. So that's what I got for Mother's Day stuff. And then for I made a whole bunch of slimline cards, and then I made A2 size, but instead of them being a top folding, I mean, you could do it this way as kind of the top folding, or you could do it from the side, the way that, you know, most cards are. So I have different sizes. That's A2 size also, but it's just cut on a different angle. And yeah. So I'm also trying to download something on my computer to play my videos for my iPhone, because apparently they don't like to play. So it's an older computer, Has Windows 10 in it, but still older. Okay, so I'm gonna do those ones probably in a different video. We're at about 10 minutes now, and I don't really want to go over that much on the time, because you know I don't want to have long drawn out videos like we kind of do. So I'm going to do green for one of my other little chickies here. So let's go back in a little so you can see. Let's bring it that way. Okay, hopefully I don't hit the camera. So I'm going to use G2. It's Vivid Green. Let me pull it down here more so you can see it. I'll put it right there. Now I don't know if you guys can see the cap. That's why I'm saying it, the name and the number this way. If you guys can't see the cap, you can at least hear what it is I'm using. So I try to pull this down but leave it in view. Oops, sorry. It's really hard to angle this. I'm using a phone, so I'm not very tech savvy, and I don't have a lot of money for those really expensive cameras. So we ended up buying a Vivitar. We use that, so whenever there's facial shots of us, me and my daughter, we use the Vivitar. Because, you know, when it's focusing on your face, it's okay. Then again, I have to go back through those videos and make sure those ones came out good. But, so anyways, we did the Vivitar, and yeah, it didn't come out well. Alright, I'm using G8 glass screen. So about the most that I can spend on a camera would be $100, $200. You know, maybe if I found one on Marketplace. Okay, I'm just gonna blend this out. You know, so like Marketplace for a used camera. Other than that, I don't really have a lot of money, so kind of right now the most of what we're doing is off our phone. I have an iPhone 15, so it's got really good quality videos in it, better than those other cameras that we had to send back because they just did not work. I mean, I ended up taking down my first 3 videos that I did when I realized you couldn't even see what I was doing. When the video came on, it kind of looked like, you know, the back of a card instead of the front of a card. So yeah, it was just horrible. So we redone them in my phone. I mean, not redone the video, obviously, because I just made new videos. Okay, so that's our pinky. No, not pink, green, sorry. And that was G8 glass green, in case I didn't say it. Okay, now, I don't know if I want to do a bluebird or a pink. I really want to do pink, but I'm going to do blue. So I have a pastel blue, and Celeron. I don't know if I even want this one. Where is my I don't see my Got a lot of stuff over here. And, okay, we're just going to do it right here. Because I can't find it. Actually, that doesn't look too dark. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. So, oops, put the cap down there. So I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Celerine, something like that. So we're just gonna go around the outside of the bird. The bird is the word. So my little bird's eyeball is a little bit messed up there. And I just got it with the blue, so it doesn't really matter. But I will probably use a dark, either black or a dark gray, and make that pop out a little more so it can be seen. And now I'm going to go in with the pastel blue, and this is PB78. So, and then just blend it out. So what's the favorite type of card that you guys like to create with? I do a lot of the top folding cards, and I saw Bethany do the slimline, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta do that. So, and the actual first slimline I ever seen her do, she did it with the penguins from Lawn Fawn, and I'm like, okay, I like that. I'm gonna make that exact card, but I haven't done it yet. But I will, because it's adorable. Oops, there we go. So, there's my baby chicklets. Chicks. Alright, I'm gonna do rose red, and I'm just gonna actually, I'm gonna do rose red, and then let's see, what's this one? Coral red. Let's see how contrasting that is. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm gonna do the rose red as my outline of my little heart. Make sure it's in here. Yeah, I like this. That's not even in the camera. Let's move it over. Not that far. Okay, you can see. I'm sorry that I turned the card around here when I'm coloring, because if I get too far, or if it's not just angled right for me, I'll go outside the line. So I generally flip it around a lot, not trying to get you guys all dizzy, but I said that was R6 rose red, and then I'm going to use R3 coral red as my inside blender. Okay. Let's do this. They're a little bit similar, but, or as my son would say, it's kind of the same, but kind of not. That's my son. Such a sweet guy I raised. his daddy needed hearing aids because his, old age setting in. And so he had to get a hearing aid, and it was going to be about, $2,000 for him at Sam's Club. And when his son found out, he was like, wow, I'm losing all my pens. He was like, don't worry, Dad. I'll pay for half. Such a good kid. I love my kids. And I'm sure if my daughter wasn't at home sleeping, she would have been right there going, yeah, Dad, let me pay the other part of it. All right, let me take a look and see what these 3 colors are together. So this is going to be for the nest. And maybe I'll do the same colors for the basket. So that's tea rose. I really like that tea rose. And this one, sand, of course. And then I got black brown, although it don't look like black or brown. It actually looks orangey. So I'm gonna do not sand. So I'm gonna do these 2, and I'm gonna do black brown for my darker color, and then my teal one for the lighter color. Okay, so let's take this off, and it's black brown BR208. Put that there, and I'm gonna do the nest with an outline. Yeah, I really love this color. Let's keep you on camera. Yeah, so I was telling the lady that worked at the hearing center at Sam's Club, I was telling her that I am so sure if my son found out the price of everything, he would have been like, Dad, let me pay for it. Because he used to always say when he was younger, Dad is the only one that matters. He really loves his dad. So, E470 Tea Rose. So when he called and I told him I couldn't really talk because I was at the center, the hearing center, and we were waiting on the results, or we were actually, my husband had just got done and came out of the booth and was going to go over what was wrong with his hearing. So, yeah, he was off looking for glasses for himself, and he had to stop at Walmart to get some stuff for his lunch. So, yeah, he showed up, and I'm going back in. I should have done the black brown. Going back in to do the basket. But I should have really I don't know what I was gonna say. So I told him, we weren't really able to talk. So then he texted me in the middle of talking, and I didn't even read the text till I got home. He ended up showing up because he knew where we were. And when he found out the price, he was like, what? No, I'll pay for half. And my my husband was like, no, you got your car payment. You don't have a lot of money. So, he was like, no, you don't need to do that. And he's like, well, I know I don't need to, but I'm going to. So, really good kid that we raised. Very loving, kind. Yeah, we love him. My daughter's the same way. Very selfless. Because I'm sure if she found out, oh, Mom, you should do it too, it would have been, oh, Sean paid for half of Dad's, I'll pay for half of yours. That's the way she is. Same as him. Love my kids. And I'm not just saying that because they're my kids. They are my kids. But very selfless. When my kid was in, I don't remember if it was 6th or 7th grade. So we live in Colorado, and one year they were having alert because a guy came into the school. And this was probably 2010, 2011. And he had this little girl that was his best friend. I can't think of what her name is right now. But she was a sweet little girl. We met her a couple times. And they were in the library when they were doing the lockdown. And Tabitha, that's her name. And my son was like, I told Tabitha, don't get worried. I would not let nothing happen to her. He said, if I had to, I would take the bullet for her. And I'm like, wow, selfless, such a good kid. But I'm like, no, I don't want my kid to die. I don't want her to either. I don't want any of kids at the school to get hurt, to die, or anything. But just like his resolve on it was like, don't worry, Mom. I had to protect her. And nothing happened, and we're all fine. And I'm like, I know, but sheesh. Crazy. Such a good kid. Nothing ever happened. Turned out that it wasn't even at the school. It was like 2 blocks away from the school, but they put it on lockdown to protect the teachers and the children in the school, which is good. Very good. They're not in school anymore, so but now I worry because my nephews. You never know. People are crazy these days. But anyways, that's just how selfless my child is. My daughter probably would have been like, oh no, you're on your own. But I don't know if I will get in trouble for saying what I said because of the situation. I don't know. And if it is, then you might not see this video, or I have to figure out how to edit it out. But don't think I said anything wrong, but I don't know. Because I'm new to YouTube and I don't know what gets by and what doesn't. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna stop this now and I'll come back on and finish the eggs. Okay, see you in the next video.